Welcome back to Radio Free Utobitha. I'm joined today by special guest star best friend Tabitha, who has spent their week being very busy indeed.
Quite busy.
And what have we been up to?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
I would.
Well then, I guess I'll just say, we've been preparing
In so many ways.
pushing buttons, observing, seeing, planning, procrastinating, biding our time. And soon, we will attack!
Too right we will. But first we'll have this commercial break. Oh! Yeah, awesome!
Stop them! It's mischief! It's explosive! It's on fire! It's Little Devil! Little Devil is the firecracker that you should give to your children because, let's face it, you don't want them to be the only kid in the playground without one. It is our dream to make sure every American is introduced to low-tier explosive devices early on. And at only 5 caps per cracker, you really can't say fairer than that. Hell burns brightly, and so does Lil Devil.
I love you, Mom! Welcome back to Free Utobitha.
Well, look what the cat dragged in. Oh, ladies, I'm back. Wonderghoul, good to have you back. You can never get unstuck from the Wonderghoul.
And it's a pleasure to have you here as well, Rozzaline.
It sure is. And how are the two of you getting along? Me and Gran-ghoul, we're peachy. Good as ever. Good, because there can be no slip-ups going forwards.
None whatsoever.
Speaking of which, with the points for duty, Supreme Leader!
It's report. Report with a re.
Let's just get to business.
Absolutely. We have gathered you all here today, as you know, to aid in the reconnaissance mission against the villains who have stolen the very popular Donny Love and the Pretenders.
Together, we will rip out their puny hearts and bash them to death with them!
Or something similar.
We're open to ideas.
First things first, though, I'd like to hand over to Ranno, who has, on our orders, done some scouting out of the local area. Ranno, if you'd please.
Sure thing, sister. So I took that calling card you ladies found last week, and I did some asking around. Turns out some wannabe called Roastum has seemingly cobbled together enough resources to stock out a full and shiny platoon of salt-of-the-earth raider folk.
And, what are they calling themselves?
It's Hog-Wild, ma'am. Hog-Wild? You mean to tell me we were raided by a bandit gang called Hog-Wild? Pretty much, yeah.
Sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yes, let them be worthy adversaries. Well, that may prove a little trickier. Oh?
Yeah, so it seems the little ticklers are holed up in an old shipping company warehouse. At least that's what my sources have said. And that's not all. What else is there to consider, my dear Rozzaline? Well, you know how I used to do trapeze with Chester's Funhouse? Why, yes, you have mentioned that before. And you know how all of those weird church guys went and jumped off of that Ferris wheel last Friday? You mean the meat people? I still can't believe we missed it. To be fair, we have been awful busy. Too right. I managed to sneak a peek on the way over here. How was it? Oh, I'm telling you, I passed by the place on the way over here. You're gonna need some mighty sharp scrapers to peel them brothers off the pavement. I'm so jealous. Anyways, I have it on good authority that a lot of the fun park staff have up and quit on Mr. Jester. And now there's a whole bunch of real angry folk just looking for a dubious employment opportunity. And you think this head hog will get to them first? I have no doubt about it, ma'ams. It makes sense. Humans are weak, so they must flock together to survive. But that is not to say we devalue the power of friendship in any way. Anyways, we'll have more after this.
This is Sue of Sue the Wasteland. Are you all happy now? If you aren't happy, you could sue. However, if you or a loved one, despite multiple warnings, leapt to your death from the Chester's Funhouse Ferris wheel, along with other members of your made-up Church of Meat congregation, then please do not contact Sue. Sometimes this sue's on you. Go sue yourself. We tried to warn you. Now you're sued. Now, I'm going on holiday. In my absence, I will be handing over to my understudy, Bob, who will be handling all of Sue the Wasteland's business while I am away. Here comes the sun. This is Sue. Out.
Sue the Wasteland would like to send its condolences to the families of the 69 tragic victims of the Church of Meat. Rest in peace. You silly, silly, silly boys.
This is Radio Free Utobitha, and we are currently hosting a seminar where long-time friends of the show are being invited to suggest ways that we are planning to hurt the entire Hogwild gang with. If you have any suggestions of your own about how we should exact our vengeance, please leave them in the comments. Yes, we're open to anything. How's about meat hooks? They would be good. Oh, yes, I love a good meat hook. Meat hook and Meatdog, am I right, buddy? Oh, yeah. Any other suggestions for things we can use to help in negotiations with the bad men? I mean, I know you're being nonchalant, but from what I've heard, these hog wild guys are no joke.
Oh, of course! How could we be so foolish?
Yeah! Please remind us to be careful about the puny humans! Hey, no offense meant. These guys are just packing, if you catch my drift.
I mean, we do catch your drift because it wasn't particularly drifty.
Drifty? Seriously?
I don't know, it sounds right.
What we do! No. Oh, you just stand over there and try not to get in the way. Okay! So, we gonna hash out a plan now or what? We already have a plan, Ghoul Man. Just do everything I say at all times, with no questions.
Yes, follow our lead and everything will work out just fine.
Settle down. Can I get specifics or
We'll get back to specifics right after this important break.
They'll never find me. Not hidden underneath here. Not hidden behind my balloon. This is Chester the Jester of Chester's Funhouse. Yes. We may have had a little setback, but I can assure you that the fun will never end. And to all of you who have left me, that is okay. I am fine with this. I don't see images of me mutilating your corpses over and over while I close my eyes. I wish you all well. Really, I do. I do. I do. Am I just a lonely clown? Did I kill half the town? If I walked a simple path, would I have learned just how to laugh? Am I just the lonely clown? They banished me. They cast me down. Ooh, if I take a simple breath, could I maybe embrace death? Am I just a lonely clown? Yes, I play at wearing crowns. And as the crows whisper in my ears, I can tell there's no one near. Am I just a lonely clown? Take me out, settle down, as I wander through the trees. If only you had met the real Am I just a lonely clown? I will stumble, but I will never drown. I may float down. I am
Settle down, my pretties. Settle down.
I mean, that makes sense. It does, doesn't it? Could you, put me down now, please, sister? Of course. Oh, thanks.
Anyways, I think we're just about prepared for our full frontal assault upon the facility.
Fabulous.
But first, I think it's important that we all go around the circle and say something about ourselves, so we can build important teamwork and communication skills that will aid us on the battlefield. I will begin. I am Rhonda, and I live within the heart of the most wonderful, most powerful, and most beautiful person on the planet, best friend Tabitha.
I am Tabitha, and I am your rightful leader, obviously. First of my name, undisputed ruler of free Utobitha, and winner of top Wasteland radio station for the past 14 years, maker of chains, bow to me. I'm Ranno's Gran-ghoul, Rozzaline. Other than my fiercely accurate use of handheld projectile throwing devices, such as guns, I am also extremely flexible and can back myself down to over half my size.
Really? I mean, now we've got to see that, surely.
You sure? It isn't for everyone. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Fine. You asked for it.
Oh my.
Oh! Oh no! Oh! I'm gonna need some serious therapy for this.
How is she doing this?
I have no idea. Oh God, stop! Please, please stop! Oh, will you look at that? Oh, she's still going. Oh, that's my Gran-Gran. Ta-da! You still got it, Gran-Gran. I never lost it. You are right. We did not want to see that.
Anyways, Ranno?
Oh, yeah. Gran-Gran told me to shoot, so I got us covered there. The streets, they told me to shiv, so we're covered there also. I can also throw my voice for up to 1,000 meters.
That's impressive.
Show us! Well, I can assure you, sister, 1,000 meters away, my voice is ringing out its sweet chimes. We'll stick with the daggers for you, I think. Suits me.
And you, dumb Gary?
You want dumb Gary to speak? That is what we said, isn't it? Dumb Gary is so happy. Dumb Gary is... Right, that's enough. Can me speak? No, I think we've had about enough dumb for the day.
Oh, all right. One quick word from both of you.
We die for the Supreme Leader! Yes, yes, now get back to work. Love you, Supreme Leader!
And with that, I think we are about ready, unless anybody else has anything to add.
Nope, I'm golden. Peachy. Prepared.
And ready. Next week, you can follow our assault on the Hogwild facility, where we'll execute a daring rescue of Donny Love and the Pretenders.
You won't want to miss it.
So please make sure you subscribe, share, like, and comment, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Pandemonium is coming.
And with that, we'd like to say a big thank you to you all, and leave you with this question.
The entire congregation of the Church of Meat died last Friday after throwing themselves off of the top of the Chester's Funhouse Fun Wheel. But can you tell us who the original founder of the Church of Meat was? It's ungoogleable. Answers in the comments for a shout out in next week's podcast. But for now, anyways, goodbye and farewell. Behave yourselves and remember to destroy your enemies. It's the only way. Ta-ta!